Here we are. Hey, speak of the devil. How about that? Kenny showed up straight away, first in chat.
Yeah, for once he's punctual. Yeah,
He's just not punctual on his own streams.
yeah. He's. I don't think of the NWO as punctual types, but not that I am when it comes to this stuff. Actually, I'm pretty punctual.
You were here before I was.
Yeah.
Punctual. Hey, so
Perry the lurker. Oh my God, I haven't seen Perry in chat in a long time.
damn. Ka-choong, that is me. Welcome.
Right.
This is an impromptu unboxing. Oh man, I was going to say weeks, but it probably will be a couple of months. It's probably been 7 or 8 weeks.
Is that long? Yeah. Kenny would know because I did the giveaway on his channel.
Yeah. Stay Puff. Hey, dude. Got some Wednesday night entertainment for you guys. So we're looking at about 7 or 8 weeks ago, Kenny had an auction and he was giving away a bunch of stuff. And Man Cave was also there and he was giving away a bunch of stuff. And, you know, as everyone does, they enter the giveaways and I lucked out.
Yeah. I gave out a bunch of stuff. I gave out, well, it was actually not Kenny's auction. It was purely a stream for my 300 subscriber giveaway, I think.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, and I had a main prize, which was the last Captain America of the Golden Age, number 78, which Alex the comic hoarder won. And then, you know, give me a few beers. The next thing you know, I start giving out comics. And I had 3 different groupings. One which Biggie Shack actually won. It was the flamethrower cover. Then you won the one with the, well, we'll show what you won. Mm-hmm. And K Titus won like Daredevil number 3, a Raw, and a few other things.
That's
I can't
right.
remember.
Some serious.
There was one other. Wasn't there one other? Shoot, or was that it? I think I might have given away 3 plus Alex the Comics hoarder stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of serious fire.
Those other greedy bastards just opened it up, didn't invite me on, but you're a very kind gentleman, wanted to have fun hanging out and opening it.
Absolutely. Hey, it's been sitting there for so long. And I finally was like, Delphia said, hey, you should open that, you know, see if he wants to get on. And so
yeah.
I invited you on.
Yeah, I'm glad to hang out with you. And I joke because actually Biggie did do he did a video, Alex did a video, and I think even K Titus did a video. He started doing videos now. So. Oh,
really?
He has.
Oh, you know what? I think I might have seen him on one of the late shows. He showed his face and appeared, and that's great, all the way from Japan.
And I'll tell you, his address was so convoluted. I don't think I would have gotten it there. It was unreal. I think you had to at least take half a semester of Japanese to send it out. But luckily, Disco Comic, JB, Discovery Bay Comics. I always call him Disco. I'm trying to remember what his official name. He actually sends a lot of stuff to K Titus, so he offered to do it for me. So it was easier. I just sent it to the West Coast for Discovery Bay to send it to K Titus. So I was happy about that.
Sweet. We all lucked out that night.
Yeah, Kenny wants to know how the guy from Japan opened his before you did. Good question. Kachu has learned how to. He's mastered the art of self-restraint. You know.
Oh, serious.
That's why he's successful. He's not into instant gratification. He will let a package sit there for weeks and be zen about it. You know.
Really. And I think a lot of that comes. You know, we actually put our comic collecting on hiatus over a year ago. So I haven't actually been to a new comic book day for over a year. So there's restraint for you.
Yeah. It'll save you $1 too, I suppose. But
yeah,
if you chose a year to have some restraint, this might be the one to do it. So
that's been part of it. So yeah, it's just going to be got to be cautious and
your self-restraint. I'm the opposite. I don't go to new comic. I never go on Wednesday. I find that annoying, but I typically go by the weekend and grab stuff that I have on a pull list. So,
joined by Captain Comics.
Captain Comics.
Howdy, mates and mermaids.
Oh, hey, matey.
G'day. Yeah, so I know that there's I honestly can't remember. I know there's a couple from the thumbnail. I remember there was a couple. I took a screenshot during the stream, and for whatever reason, I honestly couldn't find the stream again to see. So it's going to be mostly a surprise. The Alzheimer's is setting in.
Well,
But you can see the books behind me that might give away at least one of the books.
That's your giveaway? You're giving one of the, which one are you giving away?
No. Well, these will give away what the clues as to what.
Ah, I see. I got you. Yeah, it seems you like Star Wars and a touch of you got X-Men number 50 up there and a nice
That is a recent acquisition from an AOK we received from NYC. It has been a grail of mine for a very long time. I love Sterenko, and that has been my X-Men, Uncanny X-Men grail.
Great book.
And for some reason, he knew, and he sent it our way. He sent a wonderful package.
This community's devious. If you let it slip, you have something that you're looking for.
Seriously,
yeah, it will show up.
Yeah.
As long as it's within reason.
As we've said before, we have a box, and we, when we think of someone, they might want something, we just stick it in there, and we've got little tabs for different people, and eventually we send stuff out.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it's a good way to give and receive books rather than going to the comic book store. It's more personalized. People kind of get to know what you like, and obviously I love Star Wars.
Shows you have good taste and sound judgment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm old enough to have seen it in the cinema.
I saw it about 18 times in the cinema in the 70s as a kid.
Seriously?
Easily.
Oh, man.
Everybody, anytime someone was going, it's like, I'll go, is ju. And my brother and I got every single of the first episode Star Wars toy. I call episode 4 the first episode. I'm old fashioned. And we were huge Star Wars fans. Absolutely. We had a record, the soundtrack on record. We probably listened to that 30 times, 40, 100 times, whatever it was. The whole dialogue, we in the 70s, you didn't have these iPhones and you couldn't get every little thing every 2 seconds. So you had to wait. I don't know in Australia, but cartoons were on Saturday, and you had stories on record and things like that, which I doubt anybody in the chat, except for maybe Captain Comics, no offense, Captain, would remember. Hell, I was just showing a comic the other day that I bought when I think Kenny was, not this one, but Kenny was, 6 years old when that came out? I don't know. These youngins.
Yeah. Star Wars was my first love, my first fandom love. And I had a few Star Wars figures. My mom kept the toys pretty light. I had some Lego. Back then it was you just had your regular Lego, and then there was we called it space Lego. I don't know if you guys called it that in the States, but it was kind of space themed.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I actually do.
And that's all it was.
They didn't have the they didn't have the Star Wars Legos back then. They had some themes, but they weren't trademarked to.
Right, and you just had your astronaut or just a regular guy, you may be able to change their hair.
That's right.
But the Star Wars figures were great, and I got the music vinyl album, and
John, what's his name? Who's the famous musician who did all that?
now I'm drawing a blank.
Oh my Lord. Yeah, I actually had his John
Williams?
Williams.
I think you're right, John Williams.
Yeah, I remember we had his record too of like his hits, which were a lot of famous movie theme songs. Yeah.
All right, hey,
Yeah.
check it out. It's been here for a long time, so let's.
You'll have to forgive my packaging. Knock on wood, no one's ever had a damaged package, but I get packages from people and it's all beautifully wrapped and the core, you know, it's like they almost ironed it out at before, whereas mine is just a big, I just throw in bubble wrap, helter skelter, tape everywhere. It's hardly a well presented package, but
well, it seems really well packed.
yeah,
So I appreciate that. I'm sure when you know how to receive comics, you know how to send them out.
well, yeah. My main concern is it gets there in one piece. After that, not too worried.
Exactly.
Yes, Kenny has it. My handwriting is awful. My package is awful. I'm not like a plastic surgeon type. You know, those guys would probably give you a package that was like just totally neat and tidy. Yeah, bit all over.
When did you start collecting, Man Cave?
Oh, I mean, yeah,
When you were a
comics. I was 1976 when I was a kid, and just kept any comics. My brother and I kept them, and not in the greatest of condition. And it ebbed and flowed as far as how much we collected. I went through periods where I didn't buy any comics, but I never went so far as to get rid of comics. I had, a number of people in the chat have heard this, but I had lots of raw comics, of 2 skids that I put in my a warehouse for about 15 years, from the 1990s to 95 to like 2000 and almost 2008 probably. I don't know the exact date, but just in a warehouse, no air conditioning, and they were in pretty. When I pulled them out and found some of the more valuable comics later that I had in there, they were still in pretty good condition. So
surprising.
Yeah, lots of. Yeah, and then I sort of took out the valuable ones and decided I just didn't really want to keep that many raw comics anymore. So my brother has 4 kids and they like reading comics. So I actually, my younger son and I packed most of them in, probably 80% of them in a minivan that I have, and we drove to Chicago and dropped them all off. So I'm not sure what's happened to them since.
Wow. So you prefer slab comics now?
I mean, for collecting, I like the artistic value. Put them up on my wall, like you see.
Yeah.
If they're worth money, but I have a good amount of raw comics too.
Yeah. So you get them raw.
I have about five piles like this just surrounding me right now of raw comics. So
wow.
And, I buy a good amount of. I have, but yeah, I still have a lot of comics. I like to read them.
You ship them up to CGC and get them slabbed.
Not all of them. No, just some of them.
Yeah, just the ones that you deem either worthy for your collection or resale.
Right, worth or if I want to put them on the wall for the art of it. Yeah.
All right. Well, there's plenty of bubble wrap. I'm still unwrapping this.
Yeah, get that knife out. Just gotta like taking the blubber off a whale, like one of those Japanese with the sharp knives, just rack right through it.
Oh, here we go. Unraveling it now. All right. So it looks like there's 1, 2. There's a bit of a stack here. I don't remember this many.
Yeah, I get carried away sometimes. I don't even remember. I just threw a bunch of raws in there.
There's like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 taped together, and then 2 extras.
All right. I saw the thumbnail, so it reminded me of one that I sent you, and then the main one of value that you were hinting at in the back there.
Right. And I told Delphia earlier that I was super excited about this. It's that particular book is something I've been looking for a while, and I've been a fan of the character ever since I was 5 years old. Well, no, it would have been 80 when he first appeared. So yeah, I was about 6 or 7.
Yeah, so I'm older than you, but not by a huge amount.
All right. I'm just trying to get tape so I can pull them one at a time. Doctor's sloppy penmanship.
Yes,
Dr.
indeed.
Hangout, right?
Yes, indeed.
All right, here we go.
Oh yeah, so that's the origin of the Rhino. Second appearance of the Rhino.
Holy moly. Yes. So I think this is now my oldest comic. I used, as you said earlier, people go through ebbs and flows of collecting. I, for whatever reason, during a move, lost like.
Make yourself big so everybody can see that.
Let me see. Here we go.
Come on now. There you go.
There we go. Woo! Look at that. So this is a Ramita cover, right?
Yeah.
This is after he started. Ditko had dropped off, but as you can see,
his first cover, I believe, is the one that Kenny loves, where Goblin's dropping dropping Spider-Man who's unmasked, tied up off of his his hoverboard.
38. I think it is.
Yeah, I believe.
Hey Rod, you just made it right in time. What I love about this, I think a run of about 10 comics of this Amazing Spider-Man run, Ditko's corner art is still there in the corner. And there's I think it's got Craven on the cover. It's the last Ditko corner art with a Ramita cover. I think it's 47.
Oh, that's 47. Okay.
Yeah. I have a fascination with corner art, and I'd love to get eventually all of the Ramita covers with the Ditko corner art.
That's interesting. I when I think back as a kid, that the corner art is often, I was gravitated towards that quite a bit. I remember really the bubble heads with all of them, with whoever. There's something about it that can draw you right there. Or it can lose you too.
Marvel were the ones that started, I think, Fantastic Four, right? They did the heads of the characters that were in that issue.
Yeah, if I'm not 100% sure, but that just thinking about it, that makes sense.
This is a beautiful book. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Man, I lucked out. The randomizer was fair to me that day.
The gods of the randomizer were in your favor.
They sure were. Beautiful. But yeah, I think I have like a Captain America, Death of Bucky 113, I think it is. That's like 69. I don't have a ton of old comics, and I'd like to dive into the Silver Age more. But as I was saying earlier, I lost about 100 books.
Oh, really?
Move. Yeah, and I had maybe 8 Amazing Spider-Man that were under issue 100. I had I think it was the one with the 2 vultures on the cover, I think was the lowest number I had. But yeah, I lost a bunch of Aliens and Predator books because they were the first books I collected.
Aliens and Predator, I had all of those. Those are I sent those to my brother to read. So I had a lot of the Dark Horse comics. Yep. Looking back at it, if I had gotten a YouTube community before that, I probably would have kept it and just been dishing out a lot more.
The Aliens and Predator were they were staring at me in a record store that had comics when I was about 16. And that was the first time I was really exposed to comics at a time where I could buy them myself.
Gotcha.
So Aliens and Predator were the first comic books I actually bought.
Yeah, that's great.
And then pretty soon
Good
after
stuff.
that, it was the first McFarlane Spider-Man. And then that's when I really started collecting.
Yeah. I still have, I think the only, oh, there we go. The big bagger.
Oh!
Yep. I can't vouch for its grade because that was one my brother and I bought back in the day. So,
This is your personal
yeah.
issue?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously?
As much as I love Star Wars, for whatever reason, keeping the comics just doesn't draw me. And I was a huge fan of the shows, but yeah.
It's beautiful.
The last time I opened that, I actually did rebag it and board it probably 10 years ago or so. But
Newsstand.
other than that, it was red when we first got it. And so if you open it up and something falls out of it, or you let me know, but I'm pretty sure it's complete.
Like some pages or pieces or corners or something?
Yeah. It just floosh, a big puff of dust. And when you open the cover, yeah, I wouldn't know. But yeah, open it up. I'm actually curious. Open that sucker.
Oh, yeah?
Up,
all right. I'll do it.
Come on now.
Let's open it up. Yeah, it's a brand new.
So the other day I did my first tape pull, man. I let tape touch the front of it wasn't a very valuable comic. It was probably a $30 comic, but I freaking ripped a piece of the front off. I was so pissed. I don't think I've never done that with a valuable comic. So
is that why you use these the ones?
No, I just had those. I don't.
Okay.
I use regular. I don't. Everybody gets that the painter's tape. I should get that. I should
Yeah,
start.
do it.
I never knew about that till I joined this comic community. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. So you can tell me the condition. Show us that edge there. How many spine ticks we got?
If it'll focus.
Little wear on the corner there.
A little bit.
It should be a, as I said, I bought this in the 1980s, I guess. So it would have been when it came out, and we read it and put it away, and it's been, so it wasn't just archived right off the bat. You could probably clean and press it, maybe. I don't know if you're into that.
I think there's about 2 or 3 ticks in that. There's only that one that looks like it's color breaking.
Yeah, okay. That was my brother, that bastard.
Come on.
No.
But otherwise, it's pretty clean. Wow. I love it.
They often say when you buy something like that, from the original owner. Some collectors make a big deal out of that. If it's the original owner, they like that.
Well, this is so much more meaningful to me than just finding it in a long box somewhere in a comic store. It got a story, and it's someone I know, someone I've met, and someone in the comic community. But beautiful book, a grail of mine. I've wanted for a long time, and I mean, when I saw
a second, you never opened it. You never opened it.
Oh, you mean?
You gotta open the book. Is it cream to off-white? Is it white? Come on now. Since this is not about the cover, I know I'm a slab guy. It's a little tan there. It's not perfect white pages, but
could be the lighting. But
it was sitting in a warehouse, in a non-climate controlled warehouse for many years too.
I mean, this looks pretty good to me. It is possibly a little off-white, but I mean, that's pretty close to white, I think.
Yeah. All right, cool, man. I hope you.
I don't see any. I definitely don't see any pieces missing.
Good. That would be great. That would be. We like reading our comics, but we never cut our comics up or took out coupons or any of that kind of stuff. Look at that. That's a
There he
great
is.
panel. Yeah. Nice.
Yoda's in here too. Yeah, Man Cave Pedigree. How about that? Beautiful, man. I lucked out.
Yeah, I'm glad I went to someone who really appreciated it. So that's
Seriously.
I got lucky in that you won it. So
And I mean, newsstand. Hello.
Yep.
All right, next. What else did I win?
Oh yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Now there's a comic I bought for the cover.
For the cover. This is my first Hitler cover.
Yeah. I actually decided to give that away because I decided since it's a Bronze Age comic, I figured I could get in a little better grade and slab it. So I just bought that in my local comic store. Just, it was not hugely expensive by any means. And I believe it's Neil Adams. Yeah, it's a Neil Adams cover.
Neil Adams, yeah. And
Justice Society and Superman.
The
Batman.
funny thing is, this is a mini great. So I collect maybe 6 or 7 characters really only. I've narrowed down my focus over the last couple of years, and especially since I stopped getting books off the shelf, I've thought, let me really just focus. And when I move forward and start buying books again, I know exactly what I'm going to be collecting. And so my 2 DC characters that I love are Dr. Fate and Demon, Etrigan.
Oh, nice. Etrigan.
Demon. And so this has my guy Fate.
That's right.
And inside in the story, and because he's a Justice Society member, he's the character that will take me diving into the Golden Age.
Gotcha. Now, did you get into those guys because of the 90s, the storylines? Because they were really good comics. Dr. Fate and Demon comics in the 90s, I loved. I have some of the old Kirby Demon comics, but that wasn't what got me into Demon. I like the 1990s versions. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I had that whole run. And
when I started collecting, I was on issue 6 or 7 of this, I believe.
Yeah. Those are great stories.
Yeah, Matthias and
Fate, I learned to appreciate Dr. Fate a lot more in the 90s.
This miniseries by Giffen, I think it's Matthias.
Giffen, he did a great Legion of Superheroes run too. That got a little more dark.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was well done. Legion of Superheroes, you think of sort of goofy 50s, and then he took over in the 90s, and they weren't really in uniform. They were dark. People were getting killed. It was, sexy. It was nasty. It was much different. I enjoyed that series a lot.
Man Cave Pedigree. It's hilarious. This was my earliest Dr. Fate now so far.
Oh yeah, another Neil Adams cover. That's great.
I love this cover.
Yeah. Yep. That is a real. That's what we call a banger.
And this guy, the DC first issue special.
Oh yeah, so there you go. A good Bronze Age one.
Good origin story.
I don't think I ever had that one. No.
Great, beautiful cover. I just love it. And then he moved into All-Star Comics, where you can see. Oh, where we go. His helmet is like he was in the Golden Age.
Gotcha.
His look, and then he became a part of the All-Star Squadron.
Oh yeah.
All-Star Squadron is actually a really good run of books.
Yeah, absolutely. Once in the 1970s took over. The ones in the Golden Age ones are fun, but they're more. The storylines are quite good.
Love
Do you
this.
have All Star 8? What is it? 58, the first one of the
Power Girl.
Yeah, Power Girl first appearance.
I do not. And Dr. Fate's on that cover too. I mean,
Oh wow.
well.
Okay, there you go.
It's
You hear that, audience? You hear that, community?
And it's one of those ones because someone else.
That's a great one. That's a Wally Wood cover. Power Girl first appearance. Star Spangled Kids in it. Yeah, that's a great comic.
Yeah, it's one of those keys where you're like, it's one of my grails, but it's a key for other reasons because it's first Power Girl, right?
That's one of the few bangers I actually bought as a kid. I had that as a kid. I mean, by the time I was finished with it, it was pretty worn because I did not. Star Wars, I love the movie, but the comics weren't as important to me, but I bought them anyway, so they got put away. And they weren't really messed with that much. That's why the comic you have isn't as good a condition as it is.
Yeah.
But the superhero comics I bought, I handled them incessantly, and I guarantee you they're a 3.0 or lower grade, period, because it was, and I enjoyed every moment, and I have no regrets of that. But yeah, I had the original All-Star comics and a lot of those, some of those early bronze big ones, but beat up.
Yeah. It's so Dr. Fate, he started in more fun comics in the Golden Age.
52 or 55. 55.
He's not on the cover, but he's on the cover.
52 was Spectre's first appearance.
Yep. And so he appeared with Spectre obviously a lot, and the Justice Society. Yeah. But there's some great covers, and I really one of my ultimate grails would be to one day get, any of those more fun comics with Dr. Fate on the cover, but
and I learned something watching Golden Guys the other day. I didn't know this, but it was the same artist who did all the cover art for Dr. Fate, and he's not a very well-known guy. I can't even remember his name. I didn't recognize it when they said it.
But not Zimmer.
He's but yeah, those are great. More fun comics are Ghosts. They don't come out too often, and they're not cheap, no doubt. I have one with Spectre on it. Yeah, Kirby Chaos
Annual #3.
That's another one. When I bought the one with the Hitler cover, I saw that and I was like, I think it was $20. I ripped off the price tag there, but it was like $20. But I love it's the wedding of Sue and Reed Richards. Everybody shows up, pure chaos. Look at that cover, though. I mean, that's a comic I'd buy just for the cover.
Amazing. Everyone's there. What a party! We haven't seen a party like that in a while.
Yeah.
1965. Are you serious?
Yep. That might be on par with your Spider-Man one there for earliness. It's getting there.
Yeah,
because
was that Spider-Man.
Yeah, what year was that? Because
43.
Fantastic Four started in 61. I don't know there was an annual for every year from 61, but so there wasn't. So the annuals must have started later because.
Yeah, I don't know.
Open it up. Come on now. They're made to be open, man. Don't be afraid.
I am afraid.
Don't get a tape pull on that one, though, man.
Well, it's in a resealable bag, so.
Okay, good. Yeah.
You pull the tape off, so it can't happen.
There you go.
I have to smell it.
Yeah.
Woo. Oh man, it is beautiful. Look at there's still shine on this.
Yeah. I actually got that from first edition, I think. I think I got that.
So it says, where's the date?
Look at the bottom of the front page, open the page, and at the bottom of the first page is usually like a small print.
Number 43, here we go, December 1966.
So it's a little, see, there you go. That Fantastic Four is now that's your oldest comic.
Now, these are my two oldest comics. Legend. Look at the shine on that. That's beautiful.
Lucha, J Hood.
I
Oh,
may I may now be interested in the Rhino all of a sudden.
yeah, the 41's his first appearance. I love that cover. I actually don't have that. Yeah, I'll get that at some point, but it's a nice book.
Oh, where are these people coming from? Hi, Alea.
JP.
J Hood Creative. How you guys doing?
Show Lucha, J Hood, and JP, the other two that you showed already. They
All
got here
right.
late.
So far, let me just. We got Amazing Spider-Man, number 43, Origin of Rhino, right?
Yep. Second appearance, origin story.
Ramita cover, as I was saying earlier. Ditko corner art still. Love the Ditko corner. You know, Ramita's corner stayed until issue almost 200, I believe. It was like 100,
Really?
160 comics or something. Book number 2.
Star Wars. Nice.
First appearance of Boba Fett and Yoda and a bunch of other people. JP, how you doing? Third, we got a Justice Society book with the man himself. One of my grails because it has Dr. Fate in it. This is just all coincidental. 2 of my grails were in this giveaway. And then we just opened Fantastic Four Annual 3 from the Man Cave pedigree itself, where everyone's having a party.
That's a great cover.
Shrimp on the Barbie, fellas. I think they were the giveaway books.
They were giveaway, yep.
I believe there were 4 books, and yet there's still 2 more.
As I said, give me a few beers, and I just start throwing them on. Hanging out with the comic head, he mesmerized me. He's like, give more comics.
Yeah, and more, JP, and more. Swastika cover. Yeah, pretty much all the Marvel characters in that party.
Yeah, that about covers all the Marvel villains too. A lot of them.
All right, here we go. Second last.
Strange Tales.
What?
Kirby.
Tales 142. Look at those guys. What are those guys?
Those are just Kirby specials.
They're almost like Sentinels.
Don't they resemble? I mean, how much do those resemble his DC? A lot of his DC stuff right there. That's like
New Gods, yeah.
Yeah, New Gods type stuff. I mean, look at that. It really starts to, you see it there.
Kirby. Oh, man. Man Cave, you're a legend. I do not have one copy of Strange Tales, and now I do.
Now you do. Just don't yell at me later saying, oh, Man Cave got me collecting silver. Now I'm broke. I take no responsibility. Sign a waiver.
Yeah, totally. That's in beautiful shape, too. That's almost worth putting in a slab.
Yeah.
I haven't sent anything to CGC before to get slab, but this presents really well.
It. Yeah. Enjoy the raw. Enjoy the raw.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to read it.
Yeah, read it. Enjoy it. No rush to slabbing, you know. Yeah, I feel like I gave the wrong impression that I'm only a slab person. I do have a lot of slabs, but
Got it. Is that your?
That's actually no. I bought that from my local comic shop, and that's what they put there. So I did not put that there. But the guy who evaluates, it's pretty accurate actually. He's
Yeah, I
been
mean,
a serious collector his whole life, whereas I was a dilettante until more recently. He was, so he's pretty accurate.
yeah, it's
So I have
beautiful.
one.
All right, here we go. Last one.
I don't even know. Oh, more Kirby.
Kirby. Holy moly! Look at this thing.
Or. Yep.
Look at you filling my silver long box.
That one's a little beat up, but it's silver and it's Kirby. What can you say? As I said, pull it out and read it and enjoy.
For Asgard. What is? Oh, there's that Loki staff. Beautiful. That Kirby style. He always draws like the characters coming at you.
Yeah.
Love it. Oh man, this is amazing. Artist name was Kirby, huh? Seems talented. You're famous.
Kirby who? First time I ever heard Kirby's name, I was at a flea market in the 70s, and this guy had a bunch of comics, and I used to scour flea markets as a kid. I didn't have any comic stores. It was Circle K's, which is, I don't know, depending on where you live, like a 7-Eleven. And that's where you got comics. And to get old comics, so you really had to look around, and flea markets sometimes had them. And this guy had the most beat up Fantastic Four #10. It's tape all over it. But he's like, Kirby. He was a Chicano. He's like, oh yeah, man, come on, get this. It's Kirby. And I was like, I didn't know who the hell Kirby was, but this dude seemed to think Kirby was a big deal. So as a kid, I was like, I'll take it. And I think I had all my money and it was so old. I was like, here's $10. And truth be told, I don't think I could sell that thing for $10 even now, man. It was so beat up. I was ripped off completely. For the 1970s, that guy basically raked me over to Kohl's with that price. But no regrets. I loved that comic, and I wish I'd kept it because it would have been funny to show everybody how beat up that thing was. But sometimes I'm unsentimental, and I get rid of stuff if I don't find it valuable. So, but it was just a beat up. It was the one where Stanley and Jack Kirby are actually there looking at the evil Reed Richards. Yeah. I think I'm getting demented though. I've probably told that story a few times on YouTube, so forgive me in the chat if you've already heard it. Like my dad told the same story over and over again. Lordy.
Warlord. How you doing? Welcome.
Lord.
Hey, speaking of Jack Kirby, so I don't know if you remember, Reggie was giving out a bunch of Jack Kirby cards, and I was popped in his stream one day, and he was asking a bunch of questions and sending out Kirby cards to people. Well, I won some, and I got a pack of Jack Kirby cards.
Nice.
And you know me, I haven't opened it yet. I don't know if I should. What do you do with these? Do you open them and see what they are to collect them, or do you just collect the?
I would totally open them. I mean, I doubt that an open package of Jack Kirby cards is going to be your next retirement plan. But I could be wrong. I would let the chat. If anybody in the chat feels otherwise, chat now or hold your peace.
Should I open these now?
I vote yes.
Maybe I should.
I told you I'm not one of self-restraint, whereas you're the one who can.
It's what do we got? We got 13 minutes till 9. I didn't want to creep on the Hialeah's inquiring minds at 9, so we got 10 minutes. I'm sure I can open these. JP says open. Kenny says open. All right, let's do it. Let's open this sucker. I'll somewhat preserve the bag. I have never seen these. I've seen other people with these cards. but I've never seen them in person.
There you go.
It's a 10 card.
Make yourself big so we can see because you got these cards are not.
Yeah, like I remember Kenny had those Frazetta cards. When I tuned into those Frazetta cards, I thought they were comics, and then I saw his finger, and I was like, "Oh man, they're tiny, tiny comics," but they were cards. All right, here we go.
Oh yeah.
It says it's a space
ship action there.
Wish it would focus. Are you gonna focus?
There you go. Well,
there we go.
Nice.
Says it's Space Blaster, the unpublished archives.
Oh, that's great.
That's pretty cool. The Space Blaster vehicle could overpower anything in the galaxy as it zooms past deadly meteors and asteroids towards the sun. So the date is 1994. Oh, what do we got here? Some jetpack commandos. Oh, is that like what was on that?
Yeah. How about that? Pull out that Strange Tales, man.
That's pretty nuts.
There's a definite resemblance there.
Jetpack commandos.
There you go. Check that out. Oh man, I see a resemblance.
No way. They're being shot out of a cannon or something there. Excuse my nasty fingers. I work outside a lot, so my hands are trashed every single day.
Shows good character, man. Working.
That's pretty cool. Jetpack commandos.
Kenny says it's all unpublished artwork from a space story concept he had.
Oh.
But what does Kenny know? He's probably pulling your leg. Look at that.
What is that? It says
Rocket Tunnel Digger.
Rocket Tunnel Digger, yeah.
Tunnel Digger, that makes more sense.
Takes a bit to focus. There we go. Wow. Man, he's a master, huh? Number 84, Sneak Attack. Man, he should have published. Someone should publish this. Maybe fill in the gaps.
Make a story out of it.
Make a story out of it. Number 60 or C6. Maybe it's 66. Video ranges.
Nice.
They look more like those commandos again.
Yeah.
That one looks kind of foily. Yeah, that one's foily.
Yep. It's the foil cover.
Woo, the foil cover.
Foil card. Oh, man.
Worth a fortune, man.
You opened it. You ruined it.
I know. Well, these are... What on earth? Gargoyles. The gargoyles. Well, when something's blind bagged or you haven't opened it, it's kind of like a Schrodinger, right? You know, it's all of the variants at once. Come on.
Schrodinger, using a Schrodinger reference. There we go.
Yeah, you know, like the cat is dead and alive.
Yep, Schrodinger's box. Oh, I remember taking the physical chemistry. Don't ask me to.
Remember those the Walking Dead blind bags? They came in like trade, there's a color trade, and then there was the color virgin, and then there was the sketch trade and the sketch virgin.
I have most of The Walking Dead raw, but I never really bought any variants except for the Ghost variant of issue 100 that had Michonne with the afro. Love that one. It's like a yellow and orangish cover. That's the only variant I ever got of Walking Dead. Nice.
That guy's weird.
Actually, not so nice.
Some kind of golem or an ogre. Breakthrough, it's called. 3 to go. Train, tank. Come on. At least this focuses. I know some people have some real problems with focusing cameras. That's kind of neat.
You stick it right up to the camera. It's blurry. It reminds my kids are always like, "Hey, look at this, Dad!" And they shove it right in my face. I'm like, "I'm old. You have to pull it back there, buddy." They're like, "Look, Dad." It's like, forget it, man.
747 submarines. You know, you were talking about Saturday morning cartoons.
Oh yeah.
For me, I woke up at 6 in the morning to watch the Thunderbirds. You remember the Thunderbirds?
I don't think I watched that one. What years are we talking about?
Yeah, those puppets. They made the Team America after the puppets, but it's I don't know. It's a creation by Anderson, the guy that did, was it Space 1999 or whatever?
Oh man, love that show.
But the Thunderbird, they had Thunderbird 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 2 was the one that everyone loved because it was the green, did everything.
Space 1999, boy. Yeah, I remember watching it. I considered it a big score if I managed to catch one of those as a kid.
Roxy's Raiders, the Empire of Steel. Look at that guy's arms.
He's exaggerated the Kirby fists there.
Yeah,
Oh my God, that cowboy.
Got like a Mad Hatter there. There's some kind of Monkey Panther. We got a red-headed babe leading the pack. Some guy that's jumping around like Banshee. He's holding onto a little clown. Roxy's Raiders. She's definitely the leader. Roxy.
She has the bald eagle. It's gonna send it out.
Classic. I need to see this in a comic.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was a good time to open it too.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Hey.
So nice hanging out with you, Kachung. You're gonna get starting collecting again? I mean, or you're just doing a hiatus still?
We're just taking a hiatus. You know, we're trying to, you know, things are so busy at home. We're, you know, moving stuff around and just kind of prioritizing.
You moved within Atlanta, or you moved?
No, just, you know, moving stuff around our house. You know.
Oh, just moving in your house.
Some work on the house, and we thought about moving. It may be on the cards here in the next year or so, but you know, this pandemic's been pretty weird. It's been a change for pretty much everybody, so we're kind of just weathering the storm, eh?
Yeah, you know, I'm an optimist. It'll be solved. I mean, with all of humanity bent towards it's being solved, I feel it's going to be solved, but how soon is the question. We might have to hunker, you know, it's going to, 2021 is still going to be annoying probably, but
Yeah.
we'll, I think we'll make some inroads, but who knows? Or society will collapse and it'll be like Road Warrior. Good luck if that's the case.
Hey,
I hope to be at ground zero because you know, I'm not into driving a high-speed car looking for the last drop of gasoline. Like you should know, but you're an Aussie. That was an Australian situation, right?
Get yourself a blue healer. I think that's the start.
I did have a blue healer. I had a red healer and a blue healer in my life.
Same.
Yeah, loved those Spots and Sydney. We named the blue heeler Sydney after Australia. But
That's
great
awesome.
dogs, man. Great dogs. I forgot
Ours
about that.
was
Yeah.
our blue heeler was called Bonnie, and then we eventually got a border collie and named him. He was crossed with a red heeler, and we called
Gotcha.
him Clyde. So we had Bonnie and Clyde.
Bonnie and Clyde. Clyde's such a Australian Clyde, you know. So I tanned his hide when he died, Clyde. Remember that song?
Right.
Time me kangaroo down.
Tommy Kangaroo Down Sport.
Yeah. Time me kangaroo down, sport. Time me kangaroo down. I imagine that was an Australian song or someone making fun of Australians.
No, I think it was an Aussie song. Yeah.
Yep. I grew up with a border collie too. Our border collie's name was Flotsam. Flotsam. Yeah. That's great.
They're great.
You
dogs.
like those? They all have similar personalities. Border collies and healers are all herding dogs. They like to keep you in line. You know,
they keep you in line. You're
part of the herd. They want to keep you in a herd. Yeah.
Hey, it was great. I appreciate the book. You know, these are all some bangers, man.
You enjoy, read them.
I will.
Yep. If times are hard, sell them. It's all good, man. My brother.
Any gifted books that they always stay. They never leave this house.
Yeah.
Great community.
Thanks for the chat coming in.
Yeah. Thanks everyone. Enjoy on the rewind. And I guess we'll see you guys. Go see Hialeah right now.
Who's on with him?
I don't know. It's usually a surprise, right?
Sometimes
he gives it away. I don't know. We'll see.
I'll go and heckle him a little bit.
Yeah, go do it. Thanks again, man. I appreciate it.
Very welcome.
All right.